Hi, I'm Abby Chignoli, and I had just been given the privilege to watch Ed Sheeran's Being Okay. Being Weird is a wonderful thing. This is not a song. This is a speech by him. And I don't really relate to him all that much, except for the fact that we both were both very weird. I never knew the fact that he had something wrong with his ear. He couldn't hear out of one ear, or that he stuttered. I had no idea that he stuttered. I don't I don't have a hearing problem with one of my ears, or I don't stutter all that much. Sometimes I do, but I do relate to the fact that we are both insanely weird. But before I became weird, I was very anxious. And I'm sure everybody in this world is anxious for some reason. My anxiety started when I was like 10, 11 years old. This is around the time that my grandpa passed away. And I thought, what am I going to do without him? He was my my light, my soul. I don't know how I could move on without him. Ever since he passed, I was getting distracted. I was getting really anxious. I couldn't turn in my work in time because I was still feeling too horrible about myself and the fact that my grandpa's no longer with me. My teachers always yelled at me because of that. And I would always get like mounds of homework every single night because back in the early 2000s, we still had textbooks. Yeah, crazy. So I carried like 2, 3 pounds of textbooks on my backpack, like every single day. Then they noticed, like they told my mom, well, we'll just take some textbooks home for your daughter so that she won't have to stress about her back all that much. This was a lot more than just dealing with my back. I I couldn't really process throughout the day because, well, I still kept the feeling that my grandpa was still with me, and I tried to like shoo that out of my mind, like get out of that mindset. You don't need it. So eventually, I think like a month or two later, or maybe more, I'll have to recall that again. My mom, mostly my mom, admitted me to a children's hospital in Chicago, and they did some tests on me. They had like these little the wiring that comes out of your head is like a really big headset, and I couldn't go to school for a week. For me, that was torture. Like, I love being around people, and I can't stand not being in school for a week. Believe it or not, I ugh, that was torture, to say the least. So, in in the long run, I was diagnosed with anxiety and ADD, a little bit of depression. I'm still not sure to this day if I have like PTSD or OCD. I for sure have depression and anxiety and ADD. Um, my anxiety is still with me to this day, and that's okay. I still have to do some things to keep myself distracted. Like for example, I hug my penguin that I just got. I listen to music. I cry it out. I talk to my fish. That's weird because they're my kids. That's also weird. Um, I relax, take a nap. It's just the list goes on and on. Also, speaking of weird, I've been weird since day one. Well, a bit weird, kind of weird. So I was the kind of girl who always grew up with like eye problems. So I went to the eye doctor. They said, "Yeah, your daughter needs glasses," and I wore the cutest little purple glasses. The same thing that Ed Sheeran was talking about. He had to wear glasses too. So that's another thing that we related to. I always loved my glasses. They help me see through them all. They help me see through everything. And I just started being weird after like 8th grade, and my personality really started to shine through. Um, and since like junior, senior year in high school, I started to find my way to the stage again. Well, for the first time. Um, I didn't really know that much about theater until I really got a part of it. I was in Jesus Christ Superstar at JJC last February 2019. I was John the Apostle, and offset, we were just a bunch of freaking weirdos. We loved being weird. We just said random words off the fly, and we had some really hilarious moments in theater. And I still love theater, despite the fact that there's a deadly pandemic nowadays. So, this was still when I was a child development major. I I liked being around kids, but it still felt wrong. As soon as I went to like my child development class in like sophomore, junior year, I thought, okay, I'm not doing this. I want to be a clown. I want to make people happy. So this is around the time where I still had my childcare job at a place that was near me. I'm not gonna really name the name. And believe it or not, they were kind of toxic and slash jealous that I was the youngest one there, and they were jealous of the fact that I got in. Like a few months later, I realized I don't really know if I feel safe here. I don't really know if I can go on anymore. Then I saw a flyer for Statesville Haunted Prison. I thought, that's my ticket out of here. And one of the managers said, "You're really gonna choose a haunted house over a daycare?" I said no at the time, but obviously I was lying. And like a few days later, I said, "You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna go to Statesville instead." So I slipped the manager a note, and in all in all, it said, "I quit." So my believe it or not, my parents still don't know to this day that I quit because of Statesville. Don't tell them. So off to Statesville I went. I was there like the first day of auditions, and I saw that a lot of people who were not my age, they were young and old and elderly and that kind of stuff. I could tell like these people were weird and awkward, and I love it. Keep me here. Please keep me here. Like, basically, our audition was just like, do something weird. And it's just like basic improv, just like what we did in theater. I thought, this is perfect. This is a perfect opportunity to get to know a bunch of people who are just like me, who are weird like me, who love theater like me. And boy, did I ever deliver. And that month just went by so quickly. To this day, I am still in love with theater and the haunt. And I'm still anxious, but I don't let that get in my way. So, if I had any advice to anybody who was really thinking about anxiety or being weird, just don't let anxiety get in the way of your weirdness. Your weirdness is your weirdness. That's that. So, yeah. Also, I have names for my stuffed animals. This is Pen. And I hope that you all enjoy it. It's been a pleasure being in this class, and I hope that I will be in another great class like this in the near future.